Listen, Black America, we will never close the Black wealth gap unless we understand the power of entrepreneurship, point blank and period. If you stick around to the end of this short clip, you're going to understand 5 major components of entrepreneurship, starting with a business that you can run from your home. We've got it twisted that we've got to start these major corporations. No, every individual can start a business from their home and build generational wealth and let Uncle Sam pay for it. So if you don't believe me, check out this short clip.
So before we get into that, let me break down the Black Wealth Blueprint for working Americans in this country to really transform your finances. Here's what you're gonna do, right? Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to start a home-based business. I'm gonna show you how to take your knowledge, your intellectual capital today, and turn it into intellectual property so that you have a business, right? That part is done. You already know that you are a business, but now you're gonna start doing business. There's a difference. You are a business born in this country. Now it's time to start doing business. Because when you start doing business, you get to access the #1 wealth building tool in the world, which is the United States tax code. And I'm gonna show you what that means to you. So here's the Black Wealth Blueprint for working Americans in this country. You start a business. When you start a business, and it doesn't matter how you start the business and what level, you might get with an attorney like my boy Thomas H. Clifton, who's going to be on the show next week talking about business entities and that kind of stuff. You might get you an LLC, whatever, but your social security number is good enough for you to start, right? You might file and set up you an S corp, a C corp, whatever, right? But you got to get into business in this country. Now, because you're working a job, the first thing you're going to do is go to your employer and say, hey, I need access to my tax withholding certificate. And he's going to say, go to our portal, our HR portal, and you can get to it right there. That tax withholding certificate has a section on it that asks you, do you have a business? Now, it doesn't say it that cleanly and that plainly because this whole economic structure is designed to confuse you around money. But there's a question that when you read through the lines, read between the lines, it basically says, do you have a business? And you're going to say yes. It's going to say about how much do you invest in trying to grow that business in terms of what are your tax deductions for that business looking like. When you fill that out properly, you're going to give yourself an instant pay raise of $300 to $600 per month. That $300 to $600 per month does not mean you go and increase your lifestyle. You don't get the extra $300 to $600 a month and upgrade your car, upgrade your apartment, upgrade your hair budget, upgrade your rim budget, fellas, upgrade your cigar budget. No, you take that $300 to $600 per month and you use it strategically to do 3 things. Let's just say it was $500 a month. You, based on starting a business, based on your personal situation, now it's different for everybody, but the average is about $300 to $600 a month. You take your instant pay raise was $500 a month. You take 100 of that and you're going to start putting it into an emergency fund. You take 100 of that and you're going to start investing in a mutual fund or something, whatever. Talk to your financial professionals. That's not me. I'm not trying to give you financial advice. You're going to take, I knew you was going to say that, Brian. He says, my cigar budget is important. Right, you're going to take some of that money and $100 of it, and you're going to start building you an emergency fund if you don't already have one. You're going to take 100 of that dollars of that 500, and you're going to start investing. Even if it's you don't know a whole lot about investing, you just got to. Even if you just took the $100 and you put it into a brokerage account. Now, see, a brokerage account doesn't mean you're investing your money. You're just putting it in a place where you have access to buy investment. So if you don't know what to invest in yet, just take $100 and put it into your brokerage account every single month, right? And just let it build up until you learn about investments, right? Then you're gonna take the other 300 and you're gonna focus on debt elimination, starting with high revolving credit card debt. See, this is all that you can do just by starting a business in this country and transform your finances. I started a business. And because I started a business, I got an instant pay raise of $300 to $600 a month. I took some of that money and started building me an emergency fund because most of us don't have one. I took some of that money and started me a brokerage account and started putting it over there so I can start investing. I took some of that money and I started paying down my debts. starting with high revolving credit card debts. Why? Because when I pay down my high revolving credit card debts, my credit score goes up. So let me get this straight, Cortez. I started a business, I got an instant pay raise, my debts are going down, and my credit score is going up. We ain't even made no money in the business yet, y'all. We haven't even made any money in business yet. This is the benefit of going from consumer to producer. Just crossing that line, you got all of these benefits. Then on top of that, all of the stuff that you spend money on every single month that we call bills, now that you're on the producer side, they're no longer called bills. They're called business expenses, so you get to write them off in full or in part. This is how Black people can transform their finances, y'all. The average person with a home-based business will save anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 per year in taxes. That's what my mentor, Brian Bean, calls phantom money. See, we tend to say, Cortez, you have a home-based business, but you ain't making no money. I'm not making any money in terms of revenue that comes into the business, but I'm making phantom money because I'm keeping money from going out of my household to Uncle Sam. See, we got to understand how to properly evaluate results. And if you missed our global mindset domination, where me and Brian Keith and a host of other solid dudes gave you some mindset domination, one of the things I talked about is understanding how to properly evaluate your results. See, don't let your friends tell you how much money you made in that business. I ain't made nothing yet, but I saved $15,000 in taxes though. I ain't made nothing yet, but I got an instant pay raise of $500 a month. That's $6,000 per year back into my household. How much money coming out of your check going to Uncle Sam? Right? So that's the blueprint. Start a business, get an instant pay raise, take the instant pay raise, use it to build an emergency fund, start paying down some debts, and start investing. Then learn how to write off your lifestyle, turn your bills into business expenses. Now you're going to save a boatload on taxes, and the tax money that you save, you're going to use that to pour back to your business and to your investments and paying down your debts. Game over. Now, when your bills are paid at the end of the month, you still got $1,500 left over because you have a business, and ultimately you'll join a program like the Monetize My Life Academy Mastermind, and we'll teach you how to make.
All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that short clip. That was a scene from the Cortez Hustle Show. I'll put a link to the full show where you can go check that out and see all of my thoughts on closing the Black wealth gap. And just understand that if you're serious about starting a business, one of the businesses that we should be getting started in is in the financial education business. Why? Because it's financial services is a $4 trillion per year industry, and we ain't in it. Right? So I want you to click on the link in the description or check out myperfectmoneyplan.com and see how you can start your own financial education franchise and help other people build wealth and understand financial principles and concepts while at the same time making some money for yourself. There's nothing wrong with making a dollar and making a difference at the same time. And also make sure you comment and subscribe and let me know what your biggest takeaway from today's video was, and I hope to see you in myperfectmoneyplan.com. Until then, get your money up because you absolutely can do it, but more importantly, you deserve to do it, man, each and every single one of you. So hustle up.